here we are outside of the West Indian Culture Centre. Today they have an event on called the Windrush celebration, and we're celebrating 71 years of the Windrush folks who came to England and helped the great British Empire, Queen and country and Parliament and government, and to help with a much better health service, national health service. And today I saw that National Health is actually celebrating their 70th year in existence, and it's kind of funny that we are celebrating the 71st year of the Windrush generation. So that means we came here a year before the National Health was set up, and of course, as you know, many people came from the Caribbean and worked as nurses and other support staff in the National Health. Probably the women went for nurses and the men went to be bus drivers, because there was a tremendous amount of people that went on to work on London transport. I think, again, we haven't seen the legacy of the Windrush with London Transport, because I don't know if high up in the executive and the management structure, if there is any members of the generation from the Windrush. I'm sure many people now are enjoying the pension from either the National Health Service or the London Transport, because they've retired now, and they have done their hard work. They've helped Britain. My father was a builder. He worked on the post office tower. He helped build the post office tower, of many other constructions. He also worked with the Haringey Council to help them build houses at the time. Now, no councils are actually building houses. Yeah, I think they may have gone back into building houses now, but I don't think most of them are building houses, because of recent government policy, as when you say recent, 10, 20 years, that you could buy the council house, but you cannot, the council couldn't do any rebuilding, and so therefore we have a major problem with the supply and demand of houses at this very, very moment. The young folks cannot buy a house, cannot even afford to rent. When my dad came over in the Windrush generation, he helped build houses for Haringey and the other boroughs. And one of the first jobs I had was actually working on the building site. I've done many work. Now I'm actually in more technology. All right, this is red5599tv. If you want more stuff, just type in hashtag red5599tv, and you see a lot more stuff come up. Yeah, it's just about as you're ready to speak, Doggy decided to speak up, but never mind. You can hear me. Where's my level? Yeah, my level's 2. Okay, how you doing, people? We are live outside of the West Indian Culture Centre. Today they have this is the celebrating the Windrush, 71 years of the Windrush generation being here in UK. We're here in London. There are celebrations up and down the country. Lee Jasper was out in front of the House of Commons today with protests and giving out information in relation to that. They want reparation and compensation for the work we have done when it comes to the Windrush generation. Also, the controversy still continues in relation to people being deported and being ending up being person non grata, meaning being stateless. And they played a nice little trick with a lot of people. They let them leave the country, and then when it came for them to come back to the country, they found that they could not come back to the UK. So there's still a lot of people stuck in the Caribbean, and some have died out there, and that's been happening over the last 10 years. It hasn't been resolved. They have a special compensation thing that you can do to get money, and things can be fast track in order for you to get your status. But these things are still up in the air, and it should not have happened. But today is Windrush Day. By the way, hello. Where were you looking and listening to us from? Whatever part of the world. We're here in London. This is kind of down there in Wood Green, Turnpike Lane kind of thing. This is the West Indian Culture Centre. It's been going for quite a while, quite a good few years. It's a black kind of community centre. You know, they do various events and various things down there. Today they're doing the Windrush once again. Yeah, they've got various events and stuff. I probably won't go in and do any reporting inside. I'm just going to be outside. This is also a test for the Aisha and Friends show, because it means we'll be out on location in many different places. Aisha is taking a break today. She'll be back next week. And don't forget to see more of the videos for the general red5599 videos. You just type in hashtag red5599 and you'll find that all of the stuff that I do over the many years will come up, or you can just follow the links from one video to the other video. For Aisha's stuff, you can type in red5599, so that's hashtag red5599, and you'll see all of Aisha and Friends stuff will come up. So tell your friends, share the link. Share the link. Also, we've got Aisha and Friends Facebook page. So if you go on Facebook and you type in hashtag red5599, you see various things come up. Just follow the links for Aisha and Friends. You'll also see the video and stuff. Don't forget, tell your friends and share it. We haven't started the real full promotion yet. If you want to be on the production team, if you want to do presenting as well, those just follow those links, and you will find out how to email me, phone me, and even just tweet me. You know, when you do the tweet, it's @red5599, and that'll go straight to me. Generally, once you type that in, all my stuff you'll be able to link with me. Today now is a very strange day. We don't actually know who is actually governing the country, because the official Prime Minister has actually resigned. She's resigned, and we are in a battle at the moment. It's down to two people. One of them is Jeremy Hunt. You've got to don't use the C when you say that, right? And one is Boris Johnson, a bit of a joker, but he won't choke you. But when he does, he will be the Prime Minister. And today in the news, what's riding high in the news agenda is that he's actually had a domestic, and it's been reported in all the newspaper that, you know, he had an argument with his mistress, and the police was called, and anyway, the domestic dispute is now over, and there's lots of guessing and talk about this and that and the other, whether he's fit or not to be Prime Minister. but the last round of voting, he had about 150 Conservative MP vote for him, and about 60 for the number 2, Jeremy Hunt. I think that is his name. Anyway, so that's the present state of politics. We won't know who will actually be the Prime Minister between those two, not until around the end of July, where the members of the Conservative Party, that is the ordinary people who have paid up a membership to the Conservative Party, those people will be balloted, and whoever they say they want to be leader of the Conservative, therefore being Prime Minister, then they will carry that vote. And it's all bets being on. It looks like Boris is the favorite horse at the moment. And providing he doesn't stumble, and the only person that was going to make Boris stumble is actually himself. He'll do something kind of stupid, and he might mess it up. So it won't be not until July. It wouldn't be until July we know who's the Prime Minister of Great Britain. But some say at that point, even though he is officially the leader of the Conservative Party, and by default being a Prime Minister, he's actually not, on one sense, some people don't think legitimately he has not got a legitimate prime ministership. So what he needs to do, he's got to take it to the country, and that's what they call a general election. Now, in a general election, everybody gets to vote. Now, coming up way from behind is a party called Brexit Party. It's run by a chap by the name of Nigel Farage. Now, the strange history of Nigel Farage is that he had the UKIP party. He was head of the UKIP party. The UKIP party managed to force the politicians, David Cameron, to have a referendum to leave Europe. And once that job was done, he resigned. And months and years and months, and it's like 3 years later, we still haven't left Brexit. Oh, by the way, the next Brexit day is the 31st of October. That's Halloween Day. That's the next end of the world day with Brexit. But anyway, back to the general thing is that, so if it's Boris chosen, he would not be a kind of 100% legitimate Prime Minister. What he needs to do is he needs to take it to the public and have a general election. And this is where Nigel Farage, coming up from way behind, I think he will end up being Prime Minister. And the reason being is that the whole mess we're in, we've had 2 Prime Ministers, Theresa May, David Cameron, right? They haven't delivered Brexit. And now we have Boris Johnson on the Brexit thing. Is it likely that he's going to deliver Brexit? I don't know. So we got to take it to the electorate, and that might happen after the 31st of October, right? So it's either he's delivered Brexit, and if he's delivered Brexit, then he can remain Prime Minister. Now, if he doesn't deliver Brexit on the 31st of October, then I bet my bottom dollar that it will be pushed that we have a general election. And this is where, if you haven't left the EU, then there will be election and possible Nigel Farage. And some people say, if not that, then Jeremy Corbyn, and politics in the UK is very interesting at the moment. But from the Windrush to the current political situation, to the future setting. It's all in a mess, right? Politicians, lies, statistics, they lie to the people day after day after day after day. Right, my final subject, well, not the final subject, another topic of conversation for today, and hopefully be back next time with Aisha and friends. If not, I'll continue doing some things out on location and stuff. Now, the other Sunday I was out and about, and I was at an event, and we had two people actually fighting, two girls actually fighting. Actually broke up the fight. The following couple of days, when I went back there, a few people was angry. They were angry because I had actually broken up the fight. To me, it was a real Jerry Springer situation, you know, two girls fighting, emotional and what have you. The guy they were fighting over was standing over them, you know. But anyway, I managed to, because I knew one of the girls, I helped her to put on her way home and stuff. And there was a great realization that this person was seriously on drugs and drink, and her future is almost certain. I knew somebody like that, and we buried them a couple of days ago. Sorry, not a couple of days, a couple of years ago. And they had either the cause of death is still unknown, because they died and they were in their flat, and the police had to come and kick down the door, and the cause of death is still undetermined. I think when they say it's undetermined, I think they mean that it's it could be drug related or alcohol related. It's the same with Amy Winehouse, was it? How long was it after they said they could have told you what she died of, you know? But this person's course in life is almost certain death, because they were addicted to substances and alcohol, and as soon as they get up in the day, that's what they go look for. They are begging, and they are tricking people into lending them money to feed their habits, and it's really sad. But the sad thing about it, that's not the only person. Loads of you out there know people like that, or even you may be somebody like that, and that's a real it's a real snapshot on the society we actually in at the moment. You know, is it a hidden society, or is it something that we don't talk about, or it doesn't hit the media, or we're embarrassed about? You know, we have an epidemic, this is what they call it, of knife crime and gun crime. And some people say it's based on the drug trade. You know, people buying and selling drugs, and people, you're in my territory and that territory, so they shooting and stabbing and robbing each other and all this kind of thing. So it's there, secret, not for some people out there. But when official people stand in front of the media, they're in like total denial. Oh, we haven't got a problem, it's only those people, and you know, but it's really serious. Anyway, let me end this broadcast today, and next time we're gonna have Aisha and friends, but we're gonna have other clips and stuff out and about. Not, I do loads of videos and stuff. So this will come under the Aisha and friends thing, and this will be on her Facebook. So once again, how you contact us and how you link up with the video is red5599 and red hashtag red5599tv, right? So until next time, be safe and help others to be safe as well. So from Dr. Baron Samedi, bye for now.